Professor, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me. It's
You're
great to
welcome.
see you. I want to start with the change in what seems like the climate, certainly in Washington, in the United States, where there's a great deal of expectation that with a new president, one who specifically is vowing that he wants to see an end to the war between Russia and Ukraine, there's a lot of expectation that that is going to happen. I think the same is true in Western European capitals, for better or for worse. Some people happy, some people not. What is the expectation here in Moscow in terms of that likelihood?
So first of all, we will observe carefully how deep the changes that Mr. Trump has brought with his new team, new administration are. So that is something incredible. He has changed the direction on 180%. So that is totally reversal of the previous administration.
In what way do you mean that?
So ideologically, first of all, ideologically, because there was left liberalism and globalism that was a kind of ruling power in the United States and in the collective West. And Trump has brought nationalism, patriotism, America first, and he declared the war against all globalist institutions, starting from USAID and all the other clans, deep state. And this time there was not only talk, but only speech, only words, but also the deeds with totally new person. So that was unexpected for us, and we could not remark this huge change in American line. And because, in our opinion, in Russian opinion, the war in Ukraine was provoked and literally started by previous administration. So this, contrary to previous administration line and strategy of Trump, we observe with very positive feeling, because
before you go on, just let me
Yes.
ask you how, when you say the prior administration provoked the war in Ukraine, what specifically do you mean by that?
So they have promised to Ukraine to join NATO, and that was the red line for Putin. We always insisted that it is too much, that exceeds what we could tolerate. But nevertheless, Biden and before him, Obama, Nuland, this group, the clan of globalists, not United States of America in general, but this clan of globalists, they pushed this agenda against us, provoking us. So that how we consider the situation. It is important to understand not what is the reality, what the people participating in some conflict, how they conceive the realities. So our reality, our truth was that. And we have remarked that the enemies of Mr. Trump, they are those who have started the war, and they are our enemies. So we have common enemy, a globalist, left liberal agenda, and second and very important point, we coincide with our defense for traditional values, for patriotism, family, religion, and many other things. That is the difference. That makes difference between globalism and Trump on one hand, on the other hand, between globalists and us. So we have many common ideological points with Trump, but at the same time, we are very careful in our expectation that Trump could help us to finish the war, because one thing is the affinities in the ideology and the other geopolitical interests. In that sense, we are not so sure that his rejection of globalist agenda will necessarily end accepting our truth in Ukrainian conflict. That we need to see further. But nevertheless, we see how different is the position of Trump regarding Zelensky and Ukraine in general, with the arrests of the same globalist left liberal structure in EU and Europe. And that gives another positive elements of expectation, but we still are very careful, because I think that globalists, before leaving the office, they try to create the conditions to make more obstacles in order to prevent.
You mean like authorizing the use of Ukrainian missiles?
Yes, yes, and many other things. Right. They wanted to put Trump in the trap, right. And if he would like to finish the war, he would be incapable to do that because of all these elements they have done before leaving office.